I feel like the main key was just discipline. I feel like that's something we harped on a lot last week. We go by the term CTD, competitive tough discipline, and I feel like we had the first two parts of the first game, but coming into this game, we really had to be disciplined and sound in our gaps. So I feel like we definitely executed at a high level.
How do you define your role in the middle of this defense, where there's a lot of chaos going on after snap, but you're right in the center of all of it?
Coach Kane calls it the eraser. I make everybody right inside out. Let's get to the ball by any means.
Why were you guys better on getting off the field last week? We struggled against Fresno. Last week, you guys were able to get that offense off the field on third downs.
I feel like, back to the discipline, we really went back and watched the film hard and critiqued ourselves and realized, we got to be a lot more disciplined, especially on third down, which is the most critical down in football. So we got to make sure, we're able to execute and get off the field.
And it looks like you're used as a pass rusher. Are there times that you get up on the line on 2 feet, and just talk about that role a little bit?
Pass rush is something that's kind of relatively new to me, but in this defense, I work with Coach Kane a lot with my pass rush and with the Nick and KJ and everything. I pretty much have matchups against the centers, tight ends, so I just do what I can do to make a play.
How often are you in pass coverage?
Pass coverage, very often, I would say, whether it's zone or man, I'm always responsible for either, a certain spot in the defense or tight end running back, so I would say pretty often.
Being a linebacker, do you think you're pretty used to being versatile and having to do a bunch of different things?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, especially in this defense, you got to be able to run, you got to be able to hit, you got to be able to cover, you got to be able to do everything. So I feel like that's definitely like a lot of my trademarks, and it definitely allows me to showcase what I can do.
Did you have any concerns when you transferred here and then there's a new coaching staff that, I'm starting back at the bottom again, I have to work my way back up to what I already earned?
This is my third completely different head coach and coaching staff. I feel like you said, when you get a new head coach, everybody starts at the bottom. Nobody just shoots up. So even though I started last year, I know I still had to prove myself throughout the offseason, work hard, and just really, continue to show the coaches what I can do.
Does anything translate other than just playing experience from the defense you were in before to what you're doing now?
Translate as in?
It's a different style of defense you're playing now. So
Yeah, it's definitely a different style. I would say this style definitely allows me to play more freely. We run 5 down linemen, so usually linemen go 5 on big, so it usually allows me to run free a lot of times.
You gotta love that, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
You sort of feel like the linchpin of this defense?
Sir?
You feel like the linchpin of this defense, the guy who can make all the plays?
Yes, sir. But then I do, but I realize, it's a team effort. My whole team, we all 11 of us, we come to make plays. So I just try to make the plays that come to me, and, go get some plays,
Hey, what do you remember about that Syracuse game last year?
It was a heartbreaker, I vividly remember it. It left a sick taste in my mouth, so I'm really glad, they come here this year, and, we really get to play them again. I feel like, it was a lot left. It was a lot left, and I feel like, we definitely, we on.
Were you on the field for that last drive?
Yes, sir.
I know there's still things to clean up, but is last week more indicative of what this defense is than the Fresno game?
Yes, sir, I definitely believe. They say the biggest jump you make is from week 1 to week 2. And I definitely feel like we definitely made a huge jump, especially in our defense approach, covering and, stopping the run. So I feel like we're going to definitely continue to get better every single week. I feel like even though we played good last week, we're striving to be even better this week and the week after that and after that and after that. So I feel like we're just going to keep elevating.
What do you remember about Syracuse quarterback Derek Schrader and maybe some of the problems that he could pose for you guys?
He's a scrambler, big guy, about 6'3", 6'4", 225. So I know he's a big guy who likes to run and get out the pocket. He's definitely not easy to bring down. You can't just run in there with your shoulder and just, or your head and just try to hit him. He's definitely a guy you got to hit, wrap up, drive your feet. Basically like a tight end.
How do you feel about Syracuse being the first of 3 home games this month?
I love it. Ross-Ade, I love the atmosphere, especially it's a night game, so it's nothing like Ross-Ade at night. So it's definitely going to be a fun way to kick it off, and I can't wait for it.
Thanks, OC.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Good luck Saturday.
Yes, sir.